Hello students, this is Amol Palve. Welcome to all. In the last lecture, we already solved the first two examples from the exercise of chapter number 12, that is magnetism. Today we are going to solve the third example from the chapter magnetism, from the magnetism chapter number 12. Here see the example number third is there. Only three examples are there in the chapter. Actually there are total 5 questions in this section, but here only 3 numericals are there. 2 questions are we have to draw the diagram in the 2 questions. So here we just solve numericals only. So in the last lecture we solved the first 2 numericals. Now the third numerical is remaining there, so let's solve it today. Okay, then the third numerical from chapter number 12, that is magnetism. See what is the numerical, first read it. Two small two small and similar bar magnets have magnetic dipole moment of 1.0 ampere meter square each. They are kept in a plane in such a way that their axes are perpendicular to each other. A line drawn through the axis of one magnet passes through the center of the other magnet. If the distance between their center is 2 meter, find the magnitude of magnetic field at the midpoint of the line joining their center. So see, this is the example given here. Let's see, we have to understand first the condition given in the example and then find out the magnetic field at the midpoint of the line joining their center. So see what is given here first. Two small and similar bar magnets have magnetic dipole moment of 1.0 ampere meter square each. See, 2 magnets are given there, and here the magnetic dipole moment of both the magnet is 1.0 ampere meter square each. They are kept in a plane such a way that their axes are perpendicular to each other. We have to keep that 2 magnet in a plane in such a way that their axes are perpendicular to each other. So we have to keep that 2 bar magnets in such a way that their axes are perpendicular to each other. A line drawn through the axis of one magnet passes through the center of the other magnet. Here see, another condition is given. A line drawn through the axis of one magnet. If we draw a line through the axis of one magnet, then that line must be passed through the center of other magnet. If the distance between their center is 2 meter, the distance between the center of 2 magnet is 2 meter, then find the magnitude of magnetic field at the midpoint of the line joining their centers. So here 2 meter, that is the distance between the 2 centers, and in along 2 meter at midpoint means exactly at the 1 meter from center, we have to find out the magnitude of magnetic field. Now see here, first we have to draw a diagram according to the given condition in the example. See, in the example it is given that 2 bar magnets are there, but it is given here the condition is that they kept in a plane such a way that their axes are perpendicular to each other. So we have to draw 2 bar magnet. We have to keep 2 bar magnet in such way that their axes are perpendicular. So see here, first I draw a bar magnet here. So this one is the first bar magnet. Okay. Now we have to keep the second bar magnet in such way that the axis of second bar magnet and first bar magnet both are the axis of both these magnets are perpendicular to each other. Now we have to draw a second bar magnet in such way that its axis is perpendicular to this one. So here, see here, the axis of these two are perpendicular to each other. So here I draw the second bar magnet here. Okay. Now here now we have to draw the axis of these two, and the axis of these two is perpendicular to each other. Now see here, this is the south, these are the two bar magnet. So here magnet have two poles. Okay, so here for this one pole of the magnet is here, second pole of the magnet is here, one pole of magnet, sorry. So here south pole of magnet is there, here the north pole of magnet, and here is the center of the magnet. Okay, here is the center of the magnet, this one is the center of magnet here. Now if we draw the axis of the magnet, so let's draw axis of magnet. So if the axis means the line which is passing through the poles of the magnet, so here I draw a line which is passing through the center and pole of the magnet here. So see, suppose this one is the line which is passing through the center of the through the pole of the magnet and center also. So this one is the axis. So this is the axis of first magnet. Now we have to draw the axis of this second magnet. Now these two axes are perpendicular to each other. So here I draw the axis here. So see, these two axes are what? Perpendicular to each other. So these two axes are perpendicular to each other now. So here these are the two axes which are perpendicular to each other. Now here is the south pole and here is the north pole of this bar magnet. Now see, these are the two bar magnets here. Now here the distance between the center of the two bar magnet is 2 meter given. Okay, the distance between the center of two magnet is 2 meter. So here this one is the center of first magnet here. Okay, now this is the center of second magnet. Now the distance between two magnet means from this point to this point here, that distance is what? 2 meter is given in the example. The distance is 2 meter here. Now here what we have to find out? We have to find out the magnitude of magnetic field at the midpoint of the line joining the center. So see, if I write the name of the center, so O is the center of first magnet and O dash is the center of second magnet. Then OO dash, the midpoint is here. So at midpoint, suppose this midpoint is P, so we have to find out the magnetic field at P. Okay, so this one is the diagram which is given according to the condition, in the example here. So let P be the midpoint of line. Let P be the midpoint. Let P be the midpoint of the line. Be the midpoint of the line joining the center. Joining the center of two bar magnet. Okay, so P be the midpoint of the line joining the center of two bar magnet there, and here we have to find out the magnitude of magnetic field at P there. Okay, now as shown in the figure, see, as shown in figure, full stop, what is comma, as shown in figure, comma, P is, point P is at the axis of one bar magnet. So see, as shown in figure, point P is at the axis of one bar magnet. So here P is at the axis of one bar magnet, correct? P is at the axis of one bar magnet and at equator for other bar magnet. Okay, so if we observe the diagram, we can see that point P is at the axis of one bar magnet and for other it is at equator. Okay, now thus, so therefore the magnetic field therefore the magnetic field on the axis magnetic field on the axis of the first magnetic field on the axis of the first bar magnet is a magnet at a distance of 1 meter, because it is the midpoint. Point P is the midpoint, so at a distance of 1 meter from the center will be see what I write here. See here, point P, we have to find out the magnitude at point P. Point P is the center here of the line joining the axis or center of two magnet. Now if the total distance between two center is 2 meter, then point P is at a distance of 1 meter from each magnet. Now point P, for first magnet, point P is an axial point, and for second magnet, point P is an equatorial point. So here the magnetic field on the axis of first bar magnet at a distance of 1 meter from the center is, so here we know that point P is axial point. Okay, so we know the point P is what? Axial point. So here so from the center, see here I write hence the magnetic field on the axis, because point P is a axial point, so on the axis BA is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi. The general formula is mu 0 upon 4 pi twice m upon r cube there. Now if I put the value here, then see in the example, mu 0 upon 4 pi, it is 10 raised to minus 7 into 2 into m means pole's magnetic dipole moment, and this magnetic dipole moment is given here 1.0 divided by the distance is 1, so 1 cube. Okay, so finally we get the answer 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Weber per meter square. So this is the point, this is the magnetic field at point P due to axis, because P for first magnet it is the axial point. Now second, now for second magnet, point P is at equator. Correct? For second magnet, point P is at equator. Then if point P is at equator, therefore B equator. See in the diagram for second magnet. See, for second magnet, point P is equatorial point. So we have to find out here the point P is equator. So B equator is equal to, we know the formula, B equator is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi into m upon r cube. So here in the axial magnetic field, now 2m is there, and for equatorial magnetic field only m is there. So let's put the values. We know mu 0 upon 4 pi is again 10 raised to minus 7 into magnetic dipole moment m is given 1.0 upon r is 1 there, so 1 cube, that is equal to 10 raised to minus 7 Weber per meter square. Now see here, for these two in the diagram, let's see what I told you. Let's see here, for the as shown in the diagram, point P is axial point for the first magnet and equatorial point for the second magnet. Now here the axial magnetic field is directed outward from the magnet, that is the direction of magnetic field is from south pole to north pole. So this is the direction of BA bar, and as the direction of magnetic field is magnetic dipole moment or magnetic field is from south to north, so here is also the direction. Here the equatorial magnetic field is directed in this way, that is away there. So this is the direction of B equator. So here at point P there are two magnetic fields are there. One magnetic field is due to axial point for first magnet, and the second magnetic field is the equatorial magnetic field due to second bar magnet. So it means that at point P there are two magnetic fields are exerted there. Now the resultant magnetic field, the net magnetic field at point P is, so the net magnetic field, the net magnetic field at point P is, see what is the net magnetic field at point P there. See at point P there are two magnetic fields, and as shown in the diagram these two magnetic fields are perpendicular to each other. So the resultant magnetic field is given by B net, the magnitude of resultant magnetic field B net is equal to under root this BA square plus B equator square. So here by using vector, magnitude of any vector is equal to the square root of addition of square of their component. So here resultant magnetic field is having two components. One component is along the axis and other is equatorial. These two components are perpendicular to each other. So here if we have to find out the magnitude, then we get the formula B net, that is net magnetic field is equal to under root of BA square plus B equatorial square. So let's put the value. We know for axial point 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 bracket square plus equatorial point 1 into 10 raised to minus 7 bracket square there. Now let's solve it. So 2 square it becomes 4. So under root 2 square it becomes 4 into 10 raised to minus 7, the square becomes 10 raised to minus 14 plus 1 into 10 raised to minus 14. So what there here 10 raised to minus 14 I take the common. So if I take 10 raised to minus 14 common, then 4 plus 1 into 10 raised to minus 14. Okay, so we get here 4 plus 1, it is equal to 5 under root 5 into 10 raised to minus 14. So here the square root of 5 is root 5 and into 10 raised to minus 14, the square root becomes 10 raised to minus 7. So finally we get the answer here. The net magnetic moment is root 5 into 10 raised to minus 2 there. So let's write the answer here. The magnitude of, see the final answer is magnitude of net magnetic field magnetic field, magnitude of net magnetic field, magnitude of net magnetic field at midpoint of line will be root 5 into 10 raised to minus 7 Weber per meter square. So this is the answer of third example, that is from the magnetic field. So here in this example, see, I show you the two magnets are placed in such a direction. So instead of this, if we change the position of magnet, that is, if we place the two magnets in other way, but here we have to place the axis of two magnet is perpendicular to each other. So if I place the magnet in such a way, here I take the first magnet horizontal. In a diagram, I take the first magnet vertical. So if instead of this, we place the magnet in this position also. So if we change the position of two magnet, if I place this magnet in this way, then also here, what is, see here, this is the line which is joining the axis center of the two magnet. Here is the center, here is the point P. Now here for the first magnet, this point P is axial point, and for second magnet, this point P is equatorial point. Then again here this is the axial magnetic field here, BA bar, and this is the equatorial magnetic field, B equatorial there. So if we solve it in this way also, if we draw the diagram in this way and we solve it, then also we get the same answer here, root 5 into 10 raised to minus 7 Weber per meter square. So any one way, either way you can draw a diagram here. Either you draw this diagram or previous one, any one diagram you can draw there. So if we draw a diagram like this, then also we get the answer root 5 into 10 raised to minus 7 Weber per meter square. So here this is the third example from the chapter number 12, magnetism. So there are only, I already told you, there are only 3 examples given unsolved in the chapter number 12, magnetism, and the solution of these 3 example is here. First 2 example we discussed in a previous lecture, and the third one which is remaining, we solved it in this lecture. So I hope you understand this. If you have any query, then please message me. I will try to solve your any type of query. Okay, thank you.